ATA for hosting my best friend over my mom for my med school graduation? My mom and I used to be very close. However, things changed when I moved out of state for college. Any time off she expected me to come visit her and got upset if I used that time for my now husband and or friends. She would make me feel very guilty, and I slowly realized if I hadn't moved away and spent this time with my peers, I may have never really grown up. I understand though. I'm her only child and I figured it was just empty nest. I'd come back for holidays and she would come to my sport meets a lot. It was nice to have a supportive parent there. Things escalated when I started medical school. My free time was greatly reduced. I would still visit for holidays, but even then I still had to study. My mom didn't understand how important this was to me and how busy I had gotten, and actively guilt-tripped me about the reduced time spent with her. I still did sports, but I stopped competing. It was too much. She continued to push for me to compete because that was how she got to spend time with me. I tried first year, but after trying to study on planes and in Airbnbs with bad internet, I realized it was unsustainable. We had a big fight and I set my boundaries. She did not take me seriously. My mom tried to manipulate me to continue competing and saying that I'm so smart, I can afford to take time out of my studies to do fun things with her. I had enough and went NC with her for a few months before she finally came around. Maybe it was my stepdad who adopted me after they were married, who convinced her. They got divorced my second year of medical school, 2 months after I married my now husband. When my mom overstepped my very clear boundary about prioritizing my education over competing in her sport, we got into yet another fight. She said some awful things, including blaming me for marrying my stepdad because she wanted me to be taken care of. Basically blaming me for her unhappy marriage. I think seeing how happy I was with my husband, who is my best friend and biggest supporter, put her over the edge. I am now 4 months from graduation and we have 1 spare bedroom in our condo. My dad was very supportive throughout my education and was always the voice of reason. He assumed I would pick my mom over him to stay with me and booked a hotel for the graduation weekend. My best friend from college was also super supportive and wants to be there to see me graduate. I want her to stay with me because she's one of my best friends and I haven't seen her in over a year. My mom got extremely upset when I told her she was coming and I would host her. It came to light my mom expected me to host her and her new boyfriend at my condo. Her staying with me would make my graduation less pleasant, but she is my mom.